This was scary because he was only 31 weeks old.
我听到说，我非常的害怕、担忧，因为他只有31周的大小而已。
And 40 weeks is normal term.
那我们按40周其实是一个正常的怀孕期。
So all of a sudden, our perfect world changed.
所以呢，这个时候我们完美的世界突然转变了。
Because I couldn't help but cry.
尼克跟我们没有办法，我们只能哭。
Our dream to have a baby was in danger.
我们那时候我们发现，我们想要有个孩子的梦想，好像遇见了很大的挑战跟危险。
We went from being full of excitement and joy
我们从原本非常的喜乐，非常的兴奋，
to being very scared and worried.
到那一天，我们变得非常的害怕，所以非常的恐惧。
One of the hardest things was waiting.
最困难的事情其实是等待。
This all happened on a Thursday.
那我们去1月10号的是礼拜4，
And we had to wait until Monday for another checkup.
我们需要到礼拜1的时候，我们才可以再一次去做一个复诊。
In the meantime, the doctor told us we had to count the baby's movements.
那医生跟我们说，在从礼拜4到礼拜1的时候，我们每天必须要算这个孩子他动的次数。
He said if we didn't get 10 movements in 2 hours, to come to the hospital right
他
away.
说，如果我们在每2个小时当中，我们没有感受他动了10次，至少10次，我们就要马上来到医院，
We basically had to make sure the baby was still alive.
因为我们需要确定这个 baby 他有活着的。
This was the scariest time of my whole life.
这是我这一生当中遇到最让我害怕的时段，
It was also the longest weekend.
也是一个最困难、最漫长的一个周末。
I couldn't really sleep.
我真的无法睡着。
And if I did sleep, I would wake up to feel the baby.
而且当我突然醒过来的时候，我会赶快去碰肚子，然后去看看孩子到底有没有在动。
I was anxious the whole time.
我每时每刻都非常的焦虑。
I wanted to be strong for Nico, but really all I wanted to do was run away and cry.
我希望我可以在 Miko 的面前，我可以成为他的力量，可以支持他。
We prayed urgently for Zach to be okay.
但是我能做的只是很想逃开而已。但是我很多时候我就是继续的为了 Zack 来祷告。
We prayed for wisdom for the doctors.
我们为着医生可以有足够的智慧。
We asked our friends in the church to pray for us.
我们要求我们的朋友还有我们教会一起为我们更多的祷告。
And even though the news looked bad, we know that God is greater than all of this.
我们相信，纵然形势看起来非常的紧张，非常的困难，但是我们相信上帝会胜过这一切。
We kept reminding that God put this dream in our heart.
我们一直提醒我们自己，上帝将梦想放在我们心里面，他要让这个梦想可以成真，
And that He is a faithful God.
而且他要证明他是一个信实的上帝。
And we know it's God's hand that forms our baby in the womb.
我们知道我们的孩子是上帝所创造的，他在母腹当中就受造可畏。
And that God's work is always wonderful.
我们也相信上帝的工作是完美的。
So even though we had our moments of weakness,
所以纵使我们有软弱的时候，
we chose to believe God and that He was in control.
但是我们选择相信上帝，他一直掌权。
So 5 days later, when we went back to the doctor,
5天之后，我们回到医院再去看医生。
we truly believed everything was okay.
我们透过今天的祷告，我们很坚信事情都会好转。
We believed we would hear good news.
我们相信，我们也宣告说，我们会听见好的消息。
However, when we went back 5 days later, the news was even worse.
但想不到5天之后，我们再次回到医院，我们发现这样的消息反而是比原本更糟的状况。
The fluid was lower,
羊水的量更少了，
and the baby wasn't growing.
而且孩子也没有继续成长的迹象。
The doctor was even more worried, but she wanted to wait as long as she could before taking the baby out.
医生比礼拜4的时候更担忧，但是他也希望可以再等一段时间之后，才可能用剖腹产的方式。
She wanted to wait 8 more days so he would be 34 weeks.
所以他跟我们说，他希望可以再等8天，所以孩子呢就是可以变成34周。
We left the hospital dejected.
那一天我们离开医院，感觉是被拒绝一样。
I know I was in shock.
我知道我是在一个惊慌当中。
The doctor told us it's as dangerous to leave him in as to take him out.
医生说，我们离开医院的每一时每刻都有可能是危险的，而且必须可能要很快的就要用剖腹产让他先生出来。
But we had to go home and wait for 5 more days.
但是呢，医生说没关系，还是先回去，并且再等5天看看。
For the next checkup, it was so hard to wait.
5天之后才能够再进行另外一次的复诊，但这5天是非常难熬的日子。
So we continued praying for Zach.
所以我们继续为了Zack来祷告。
To be honest, my faith was up and down during this time.
很诚实跟大家说，我的信心其实是又高又低，起伏非常的大。
I truly believed that God could heal him,
我真的相信上帝是可以医治Zack的神，
but would he choose to?
但是我开始怀疑上帝会愿意做吗？
I know that God's plans are to prosper us, not to harm us.
我知道圣经当中有一段经节是说，上帝给我们的计划是要祝福我们，而不是要伤害我们。
But for the first time, I noticed something in this verse.
但是我在过程当中，我发现这段经文当中有一个地方是以前我没有注意到的。
It says he will prosper God's plans,
他说的是上帝会祝福他的意念，
not my plans.
不是我的计划。
So I started doubting, is this really God's plan to have a baby or was it mine?
所以我开始甚至怀疑说，到底我们去做去用试管是用人工受孕有一个孩子，到底这个是上帝的旨意吗？还是我们自己的计划？
I went to bed thinking about this.
因此我开始有很多负面的想法，开始怀疑，或许这个并不是上帝要做的事。
And that night I had a dream.
那天晚上我做了一个梦，
I dreamed of these cluster of grapes that were really fat and juicy.
我遇到了有非常大很多串的非常丰盛的葡萄，
They were perfect in every way.
它们在看起来，而且它们尝起来都非常的甜美。
In my dream, the grapes represented the abundant life we have in Jesus.
在我的信仰当中，我知道这个葡萄所象征的是上帝所赐的丰盛。
Then all of a sudden, my dream changed.
可是突然间呢，我的梦境突然转变了。
I saw the devil there, and the grapes were gone and shriveled.
我看见撒旦在那边出现，然后所有的葡萄就这样子缩下来，变成枯干，甚至是枯萎。
In the place of the good grapes, there were just empty holes.
到后来，整个原本这个非常漂亮的葡萄，到后来就变成是有空洞的一个地方。
I woke up angry.
那个时候我醒过来，而且我很生气。
I realized I was letting the enemy put doubt in my mind.
我相信是撒旦他把这个怀疑放在我的脑中。
I was angry at the devil, and I was mad at myself.
我对撒旦非常的生气，而且其实我对自己也很生气。
The devil was controlling my thoughts.
因为我发现我让撒旦有空隙可以进到我的意念当中来做欺骗的工作。
And although I have faith in God, I realized I didn't completely believe He would choose to help me.
我发现虽然我完全的相信神，但是我不相信上帝有可能愿意帮助我。
I desperately needed God to help me with my unbelief.
于这个时候，我跟神说：“上帝啊，求你帮助我的小信。”
There's a story in the Bible of a father whose son is possessed by a demon.
在福音书当中有一个故事，是有一个父亲，他的儿子是被撒旦所控制。
He finds Jesus and he asks Jesus, "Please heal my son."
因此他找耶稣说：“耶稣要恳求你，真的是能够为我的儿子赶鬼。”
He says, "If you can, please help him."
他说：“耶稣，如果你可以，求你帮助他。”
Jesus answers him, "If I can, anything is possible if you believe."
耶稣说：“如果我能吗？只要你相信，凡事都能。”
And the father said, "I believe." And then he said, "But help me with my unbelief."
于是这个父亲说：“主啊，我信，但是求你帮助我的小信。”
I was like this father.
我发现我就像这个父亲一样，
I believed in God and wanted to believe Him, but needed help with my unbelief.
我相信是上帝，但是我愿意相信，但是我需要他帮助我那个小信。
But you know, that's the great thing about our God.
但是你知道吗？这就是我们上帝非常棒的地方。
He helps us when we are weak.
他在我们软弱的时候帮助我们。
That day, God showed me so many verses to remind me of His faithfulness.
那天上帝让我读圣经，而且告诉我许多在圣经当中他给我们的应许是什么。他提醒我他是信实的。
He said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
他说没有任何的武器会被来使用来攻击我。
All things work together for good for those who serve the Lord."
他说万事互相效力，让爱主的人得益处。
That Jesus living in me is greater than anything in this world.
他说上帝住在我的里面，让我可以跟他一起做王，可以胜过这个世界。
So to help me fight the enemy's lies, I decided to only focus on positive things.
所以我提醒自己，为了让我可以胜过这个恶者的试探跟考验，我必须要把自己的意念放在圣经当中所有正面的应许的话语当中。
I was going to focus on God's word and not what it looked like in the natural.
于是我告诉自己，我要专注在上帝的话语，而不是专注在这个世界的实况。